respond? Om Shanti. We're very fortunate that these come. Is it that all of you are happy to meet me, or is it that I am more happy to meet you? After all, it's in Madhuban that we meet. Whether we say we're meeting in Gyan Sarovar or Panjav Pavan, we say we are meeting in Madhuban. The meeting that takes place in Madhuban. Now listen to each aspect Dadi shares with attention. Please don't sit in the corners. Come and sit closer so that Dadi can see the space on the brother's side to come a bit closer if you want to. The brother sitting in the far end by the door here in the third, fourth row, please come closer. Okay, now every aspect that you feel is useful to you, you must note that, and Dadi does that herself. The things that Baba tells us, Dadi uses it. As Baba said today, Baba fills our aprons with the jewels of knowledge. He fills our aprons with the jewels of knowledge. Is that a small thing? These are not just points for remembering that you would just note in your diary or in your book. These are jewels. Who has this feeling that each aspect of knowledge is a precious jewel? Those who have inculcated every aspect in their life in order to bring transformation in their life. They realize that each aspect of knowledge is so extremely useful that the impossible is becoming possible for us. First, our value was like a shell. We were worth shells, as Baba says. In the olden days, there used to be value for shells, actually. Now, Baba has made our lives worth diamonds. Think about it even for a second. In yesterday, let's say, in the past, was your life like a shell? So worthless as a shell, in other words. Now see your life as a detached observer. Has it become as valuable as a diamond? See the value of a shell and the value of a diamond. Just compare for a moment. Raise your hands if you think that your life has become like a diamond. Yes, you really think this? You're raising your hands with that faith, that understanding? Is that true? Firm on this? A diamond sparkles. Even in dust it sparkles. If there's even a slight blemish on the diamond, its value reduces. Even a slight flaw and its value decreases. So when you think of yourself as a diamond, your name is diamond. You are diamonds. If you think of a diamond, instantly you think of preciousness. Baba would put it either into a precious little container or have it in a ring. You wouldn't put a diamond in just an ordinary silver box or mount it in a silver ring. No, you would put it in something more precious. So Baba is making our intellect like diamond. And Baba says that knowledge makes us very clean. On the path of bhakti, there's a lot of importance given to cleanliness. First of all, there has to be cleanliness. Now just estimate for yourself how much cleanliness there is within. There shouldn't be even the slightest dirt there. In a diamond, the mark that reduces its value is within the diamond. But when there has to be cleanliness, we remove all the external stains. For us to see the blemishes within, the eyesight has to be very powerful. If there's a mark on our white clothes, for that we don't need to have powerful vision. We're able to spot it immediately. Yesterday, Dadi was thinking about Avyak Bapdada's Murlis, where he's spoken a number of times in the Avyak Murlis of carelessness. And in the Sakar Murlis, Baba has not used the word carelessness to that extent, but the word Baba uses in Sakar Murlis is mistakes. She says, I don't know which word you would call this word in Sakar Murlis, but Dadi is referring to the word mistake. There is a huge difference between carelessness and making mistakes. In carelessness are signs of childishness. That's why there's lack of understanding. There isn't the value for time. We're not aware of the amount of attainment there is. That so many can benefit from my personal attainment. How will I climb Baba's heart throne if there's carelessness? In carelessness, we lose sight of these things. We don't have value for these things. That I want to have all attainment, I want to climb on Baba's heart throne. Instead, we waste time, we waste energy, we waste money. This is because of carelessness. How valuable our lives should be that others are inspired by our lives. They feel inspired to be very good, very elevated. Just now Dadi was sitting in her room and she was seeing Mama, Baba, the Dadis. Mama received inspiration from Baba, Brahma Baba. The Dadis received inspiration from seeing Big Dadi, seeing Mama. So internally, Baba's given us a lot of love, but also Baba inspired us and said, you have to be like this, you have to be like this, you have to be like this. And we felt greatly inspired that yes, I will be this. One time Didi drew my attention. Baba explained so much. And when you say to Baba, yes Baba, I'm going to be according to your words, I'm going to be as you would like me to be. And then go and sit in front of Baba, near Baba, and feel Baba's vibrations, how Baba is. So this is a habit that Didi instilled in me. Go and sit with Baba, and Baba would share many interesting, inspiring things about service and for personal effort. For one who wants to be like a diamond, they will be in front of Baba again and again and again. And my Baba is such that though he has become avyak, I have that feeling that he is in front of me in sakar, in physical form. He explains the Murli so clearly that the things that I need, I find the answers through the Murli. Don't you? You agree? Yes. So the Murli is that which gives sight to the blind and brings back hearing to the deaf. The things that we perhaps are not able to hear, we're able to understand, and we say, Baba's opened my ears through the Murli. My eyes have opened. In other words, I understand what it is I have to do. When the eyes open, the ears open simultaneously. Then we don't listen to the things of others, nor do we see what others are doing. It's not necessary. Waste of time. See, Daddy's English is good, really. When you look at others, when you listen to others, what you're doing is wasting your time. And I've seen Baba with these eyes. Baba doesn't get on with children who waste their time. Baba will say like that, you saw the action. Baba's not interested. But for the children who have value for time and who take a lot of benefit from Baba's presence, the children who imprint Baba's great versions on their hearts, who accept those great versions with love, those children have no worries of any kind, as Baba said today, to be far away from any kind of worry, because the Lord, who is the truth, who is the Satguru, is with us. Because Baba says to his children, don't worry, I'm with you. Such children have this experience in their lives, that my Baba is with me. Okay, you raised your hand, but as Dadi is explaining, Dadi wants you to experience this, and then with honesty raise your hands, not just superficially raising your hands because you think it's expected of you, but to have the experience. Experience is very important. There should be experience of 1,000 kinds. Every day should be filled with experience. Baba, as my companion, should be my experience. Not just that he is my father. If he is my father, then yes, I have the intoxication of whose child I am. As Baba said yesterday, children should have pure intoxication, pure intoxication. Such pure, elevated intoxication. Who would have that? That feeling that, whose child am I? As Baba said, don't even use the word teacher, but realize who is teaching you. How elevated the study is. This is why I say he is my Satguru. There are many gurus, but this one is the true guru, the Satguru, the one who tells me the truth, he relates the truth. So who sits and thinks in this way? Who immerses themselves in these types of thoughts? Because in order to stay in this awareness, nothing else is remembered. I'm really surprised how people think of this thing and that thing and what this one's doing, what's happening there, and they fill themselves like a dustbin. Baba says he washes our dirty clothes, and what we do, we go and make ourselves dirty, looking and listening to what others are saying. And Baba says, children, after all, Baba feels we are his children. And I've seen how Baba would explain, and then Baba was not able to see. Baba couldn't tolerate or bear to see the children doing something totally different to what Baba explains. Baba wouldn't say anything, he would just go to his room and sit quietly. We would say, Baba, the Murli you spoke today was wonderful. And Baba would speak Murlis that were filled with a lot of caution. And Baba would say, Baba hasn't spoken the Murli, it is Shiv Baba. Baba simply has fulfilled his duty. We would say, Baba, the Murli was so intoxicating, it was to enable us to have a meeting with Shiv Baba. For a child who is completely honest and faithful to Baba, they would have real love for Baba, and Baba would experience that love. And if a child is simply listening and letting it out through the other ear, what can Baba say? For others who do that, it's okay. But for Baba's children to do that, well, what can Baba say? What can Baba do? But what will be our fate if we disregard what Baba is saying to us? We listen, yet we don't listen. We ignore. We dismiss the things Baba tells us. And so it means we don't have connection. For friends, relatives, others who don't have a connection with Baba, well, it's just for us to have good wishes for them. That's up to me to have good wishes. I think all the souls of the world are the children of my Baba, and the help that I have received from Baba is one thing, but if the people of the world want to receive God's help, then I am present there for them. I am happy to give that help. For Dadi, she says she does not stop giving the things that Baba has given to her. Whether a child wants to take or not is up to them, but Dadi will never stop giving. But by distancing yourself from Baba, what happens is Maya will come and grab you. Then others will come and whisper things to you, and they'll take you away. But by coming close to Baba, it means there cannot be any other type of interference. Those who speak wasteful things cannot come near you. In the days of Karachi, amongst ourselves, we brothers and sisters never spoke anything useless. If we wanted to have a chit-chat, we would sit with Baba. And if I were to tell you now, just before all of you came, Dadi's Lokik sister's name, Meera, her son, came here. And he was very good. He became so refreshed spiritually whilst he was here. And Dadi's sister, Meera, hasn't met Dadi for 30 years. So what this young brother, Dadi's nephew, did, he then shared Gyan with other Lokik members of the family and brought them here. It was as if he became the instrument to emerge their love for Baba. The attainment he had here, he went away and awakened others. And he brought people to programs at their local centers. And so, when it's something good, useful, to bring others' interest in that is very good. That is an act of charity. But if you waste anything, your time, money, energy, anything, that is just waste, total waste. So Dadi wants to clarify carelessness. We should check ourselves. We should check how much have I wasted my time in carelessness. But if I were careful, by now I would have created a very elevated stage. And I would have colored many with the company of our Baba and would have been able to attain success by bringing souls close to Baba, so that time, money, thoughts would be so elevated, as Baba said in today's Murli and today's blessing, that then you would be Yog Yukt and Yukti Yukt, and a constant yogi, that whilst performing actions you are in yoga. One is an attitude that is not attracted, knowing this is Baba's yajna. Baba is creating my fortune by doing yajna seva, service of the yajna. But we do that together, not coming into any feeling or conflict of nature and sanskars, but knowing that our Baba is the truth, not to come into any kind of waste, or where we feel we've cheated or cheated others, cheated ourselves. Then there is honesty. And this is what Baba says, the power of yoga that comes through the truth. Such yogi children receive the power of yoga, the power of truth. And then whatever that soul does, they will do it very well, successfully. And what has made it happen? It is the power of truth. And Sabin, who is speaking to you? This is not the time for chatting in class. When Dadi is telling us very serious matters, what could be more important? So Dadi is telling us this because she wants us to be cautious. So first of all, understand what carelessness is and the loss through carelessness. And then Baba had said about laziness. Clarify laziness. Laziness means laziness in effort, in that you will not experience Baba's help. You will not have courage to do anything. You will not experience Baba's help. At the time of listening to the Murli, or even in yoga, laziness comes like a curtain that falls. So that really that aspect of being constantly alert, taking light and might from Baba is not possible because of laziness. Yeah, there's sleepiness, doziness, little bit of laziness. It is very harmful. Doesn't enable you to take power from Baba. The relationship with the godly family and the feeling of learning how to maintain good relationships with others, take happiness from one another within the Brahmin family, even that attention is not there. That is, we don't try to take happiness from the family. And then the service we do out of choice. We choose, I want to do this service. And there isn't that real service of giving happiness to others. And at the time of need, what we say a rainy day, we're not able to receive help. One who is lazy will always be making excuses. One who does service from the heart, doesn't matter what reasons there may be, they will be present in service. All the reasons will go away and they'll be present in service. So the main thing is for one who makes effort with an honest heart. It is a life of honesty where the Lord is pleased with their honest heart, and with their courage they receive God's help. And now this aspect of mistakes, this word that is using in Hindi, ghaflat. And for one who makes mistakes, they may be in business and suddenly there's bankruptcy, suddenly there's loss. So what happened? It's as if there has been some darkness that doesn't matter how big a business or position, income they may have had, suddenly it's forgotten because of some wrong action, that what they had earned is lost in one go as the soul becomes bankrupt. When a big person becomes bankrupt, it's not simply that their money is lost, but they lose their respect. The money can be earned once again, but that respect is lost for all time. So what people do for respect, whether it's in religion or in politics, they beat their heads for that position of respect. For us, there should be such honor. Sorry, when she was saying respect, she meant both honor and respect. Honor. So for us, for Baba's children, there should be honor for us throughout the world. We are in Baba's eyes, Baba is in our vision, and when the people of the world see us, then they should feel love for Baba, and from them that sound should emerge, "Oh my Baba." When there is love for Baba, and our love for Baba is filled with honor for Baba, and there's a feeling for service, then, and feeling for love, feelings of love for the godly family, then others will feel drawn to Baba. And we would then say that I have honor for Baba. The love that we've received, the attainment we've received, the sustenance we've had, the study that we've received should all be visible in our lives. Baba's creating our lives. He's making our lives such. As Baba says, in one time, child, in one time, do service with the mind. Let your mind be powerful. Let your mind be powerful. So for as long as we are sitting with Baba, for as long as we are in the gathering, let there be the practice of silence, powerful silence, state of powerful peace, an experience of that power of silence. Dadi's just come from Bombay, and there were more than 1,000, many thousands of people sitting in the gathering, and in a city as busy as Bombay, and in a state like Gujarat where there's so much busyness, to have so many sit in silence peacefully is a big thing. So individually each one should think about their own silence. If you desire to sit in silence and your intellect or your mind is drawn, you think of one thing, then you think of another thing, that shouldn't happen. But when thousands were sitting together in Bombay, as she was saying, in that silence, whose power is it that's making that possible? This is the power of our Baba, and this is everyone's Baba. As I read in today's Murli, first of all, consider yourself a soul. Realize that I'm a soul, and then that I'm a child of God. When you realize that I'm a soul, then you'll be able to recognize Baba. But if you're just thinking of yourself as a bodily being, you will not be able to recognize God. Though you're sitting in Baba's house and you're listening to knowledge, that recognition will not be there if I am in a state of that consciousness that I'm a bodily being. But being in Baba's house, not only that I feel thanks that Baba is making me full to overflowing, but I feel grateful to Baba that he is doing so much for everyone who comes here. And this hand has never been held out to anyone asking for anything. Never needed to ask Baba for anything, nor have I needed to ask any of you for anything, as Baba has taught us. Children, it's better to die than to ask, that is, to want anything, to ask for anything. But with these hands, let there be such actions that we are giving in every sense to others with an honest heart. Baba is the bestower who's giving to everyone, and with his honest actions, he's giving to others, and he makes us like himself. With these hands, we also learn to give in every way. Though some may not ask in words for anything, but internally they are not content. What does that mean? The things that God is giving, though we remain simple, though we maintain cleanliness, we are happy. We're happy with what Baba is giving us because he's giving us so much. The responsibility is on Baba. Not just that he gives us happiness for 21 births, but for 84 births, he is giving us happiness. He is giving us that much understanding from now. He is giving us the understanding of how to remain happy for the whole cycle. He has given us so much understanding that we can always be happy with this understanding. The whole world is happy with our understanding in Golden Age. And I would say even in this final birth, the things that we've received from Baba now in this final birth, I have remained happy from what I have attained from God. So Baba is teaching us such actions. Baba teaches us yoga. That my yoga should be so honest, filled with such honesty, that I, the soul, belong to God. No one else is mine. He is mine. There's no one else who is mine. And so the mind and intellect become so quiet, peaceful. The mind quiet and peaceful, and the intellect with Baba's power does the right thing, and the right thing is the thing that will happen. And my sweet Baba has said once to me, and it's been useful again and again. Baba's words were, wait and see. I said, Baba, and Baba would say, child, wait and see. There's so much strength in Baba's words. And I would never have said to anyone, how's this going to happen? But Baba's always given that reassurance, child, wait and see. Just wait. That is, wait means have a bit of patience. Wait means, it's an English word, but have patience. That is, wait a bit. And the other is wait in the sense of heaviness. When someone becomes heavy, what are they going to be able to do? They take burden on their head and think that I have to do everything. Nobody's giving me the cooperation. They become heavy. So this hand, as Baba would say, and give that reassurance, child, wait and see. So this is what I say to all of you. Be good, have patience. Be good, have patience, and everything will turn out right. That's your experience, isn't it? Not to ask questions, when is it going to happen, how is it going to happen, so-and-so's like this, so-and-so did that. But you waste time in this way, you make mistakes, and you waste valuable, precious time. And the benefit that comes through business is in fact lost. And it's because our eyes are closed. We don't even realize how we are losing out. Not only that we experience loss, but we speak wasteful things and we bring loss to others. So I say, please don't talk wasteful things. It's a sin. It's considered a sin. In one Sakar Murli, Baba said, the children don't understand that this is going into the account of sin. And I have many very good experiences of things Baba has spoken, that my actions should not even be slightly wrong, that Baba would need to point out to me, child, you did this? Baba's very surprised. Did you do this? I wouldn't be able to show my face to Baba if I did anything slightly wrong. Through the history of the yagya, for Mama, for Baba, for the family, for the yagya, nobody can defame any of them. Nobody can do that in front of Dadi. No one can say that Dadi has ever done anything wrong. So many beautiful, wonderful things that we learn and share. So Dadi said she would cut out our tongue if we spoke negatively in this way for any of these things. In fact, it would go into our account of sin, and so this is a mistake. In mistakes, what happens? We sometimes fall, we hurt ourselves, and there's no treatment then, there's no cure for that. What is it to you what others are doing? Forget about what others are doing. And as we read in today's Murli, Baba was saying, don't even call Baba the one who knows everything. Baba says, I don't know everything about others. on the one hand, when Baba says he is Jani Jananhar, it means that he knows everything about the cycle, everything about the world, and he teaches us in order for us to understand the philosophy of actions, and so that we become the conquerors of sinful actions, so that we become karmatit, so that we become complete with all virtues. This is the effort that we have to make. Baba says that he gives us class in order to make us make effort. When a child makes good effort, Baba says he gives good help to that child. Even in the middle of the night, if my child calls out to me, says, Baba, then Baba will say, child, everything will be okay. So Baba's versions, wait and see. The other child, everything will be okay. Everything will be fine. So in many tasks, much of Baba's activities and tasks that we carry out, these versions help me, that everything will be okay. Wait and see. Just be involved in service with an honest heart, and let your relationships with one another be filled with spiritual love. After all, we are each other's spiritual companions in service. So Shashin Bhai has come from London, has come from Bangalore, from his service there, and he was going to return to London, and Dadi said, no, come here first. And so he accepted what Dadi said, and so he came. So you see how much benefit there is in being here. Here in Madhuban and Gyan Sarovar, there can be those who learn so well, they learn so much, and they say, my eyes have opened up and I have the power of realization. There was one sister that he intends finishing class at 12:30. There's one sister who, Bharatvasi sister, but Dadi didn't know. At that time, Dadi hadn't seen this sister, didn't know this person's name. What she did, she secretly had been noting down all the things that Dadi had been sharing. And she even noticed Dadi eats when she's in the car going from Shantivan to up here or wherever she's going. She doesn't have time to eat at the table. She tends to eat in the car a lot of the times. And so she had been observing Dadi and secretly been making note of these things. And then she I think she left from here, and Dadi had left, and then one of the sisters noticed that she had been making these notes, and then told Dadi about this, and then Dadi said, well, let me at least see the face of this person. And so she came to meet Dadi, and Dadi saw that when a person has a real desire to make good effort, they will note very good things going on around them, and they will note the good things from the classes. And sometimes Dadi feels people say things that Dadi doesn't understand us, Dadi doesn't trust us, but the truth is that our lives are on the basis of God's trust in us. And so Dadi says, be so pure that you have trust in yourself, others will automatically have trust in you. And Baba will make you so good that then Baba would like to show off his children to the rest of the world, that look at my children. And the children would say, look at our Baba. And Baba would say, look at my children. And so this is the feeling that I have, that Baba says, look at my child, and I say, look at my Baba. The last place Dadi was in Gujarat, a place called Keshod, a doctor had come and he said, Dadi, I want 20 minutes of your time. And the sister, instrument sister in Keshod, had made an appointment for him. He'd come from Ahmedabad to see Dadi and Keshod, and he said to Dadi that I've learned so many good things from Brahma Kumaris. He said, I've been a doctor for many years, but now having come to the Brahma Kumaris, there's a difference in my practice. And one thing he said is that Brahma Kumaris don't hold on to anything. They don't hold on to anything. Because when a person holds on to anything, then their health can never improve. But don't make fists, but hold your hands out. So he said to Dadi, and then he tells his patients that open your fists, empty your hands, hold your hands out like this. Don't hold on to anything. And so when he told Dadi this, Dadi said, but then what should people do when they open their hands? And so Dadi was sharing with the gathering that they have to open their hands in this way. But then what do we do with our hands? We have to bestow, we have to give, we have to have good wishes for everyone. Let there be pure feelings and good wishes for everyone. Just as Baba has that hand for me, let me have that hand of blessings, good wishes, pure feelings for others, for everyone. And this is why Baba says that Baba will fill you with the return of the good wishes and the pure feelings that you bestow for others. So then you receive blessings from everyone also. And I say to all of you, the blessings that I receive from everyone, I would like to share that with all of you. It's possible, isn't it? To share the blessings. It's possible for each one to share in my store of blessings, isn't it? Because then the blessings can work as well. So do the work of claiming blessings, not to take sorrow. And so Dadi said one other thing to him, to this doctor, that Baba has told us that I must not take sorrow or give sorrow. If someone has received sorrow from me, then I would immediately want to apologize. It's easy for me to say sorry. Rather than them experience sorrow from me, I would say sorry. I would not say it wasn't my feeling to give sorrow, but I would say sorry and erase that sorrow. But yes, there must be so many different reasons for there to have been sorrow in my life, but I have never taken sorrow. I have never taken sorrow. And so I would say, as a detached observer, that God has given me that much understanding that though there may have been many reasons for receiving sorrow, but I have never taken that sorrow. Baba is the remover of sorrow, and he has taught me to not take sorrow. So yes, I have learned many things, seen many things, but not taken sorrow. And so I say to all of you, please use your time in a worthwhile way so that there's success. But one thing, use your mind, intellect, and let your words also be so worthwhile. As Baba says, that when you study well, then you will become the master of the world. In such a study there is huge income. Don't let there be laziness or carelessness or mistakes, so that there is some veil or some curtain over your mind and intellect that whatever you have earned is lost. No, don't let there be that. Some may say that I did earn so well, but I lost it because of some mistake. Baba always used to say that when an important person makes a mistake, then the punishment of that is huge. An ordinary person makes the same mistake, it goes unnoticed. But we are Brahmins, we're not ordinary people, we've called ourselves Brahmakumars, Brahmakumaris, therefore we cannot afford to make the slightest mistake. Baba is teaching us the true religion, the religion of truth. And so our actions should be honest actions filled with truth and elevated actions. We are glorifying Baba's name. Baba is glorifying the name of the children. Okay? Om Shanti. So thank you. And Dadi would like to give Tuli and blessings to everyone in silence. We should all say thank you to Dadi. Do you agree? Dadi's just told us the truth. Did your heart like this? Yes? You can pat your heart and give comfort to yourself that you liked the things, because there's love amongst all of us, isn't there? To see one another with that drishti of love and to help one another move forward with these good things that you hear.